Everyone, Kathy Buccio here, host of the South Florida PBS Health Channel, and thank you for joining us for another midweek IG Live. Today we're joined by Michelle Fletcher and Kadira Tiart. And Michelle is the founder of the Holistic Business Network, an organization 10 timing the growth and expansion of holistic health and wellness business worldwide. She's a leader and advocate in the health and wellness industry with over 14 years of experience in network marketing, selling whole food supplements and vertical gardening systems, building teams of hundreds, and prioritizing personal growth. She mastered growing business with integrity and professionalism, achieving the top 5% in her plant nutrition business. Now, Kadira Tart, I'm going to make sure I pronounce that correctly, is the CEO of Manifest Her Media and publisher of Feel Well magazine. She also serves as the chief business strategist of the Holistic Business Network, an organization 10 times, again, the growth and expansion of holistic health. She, as a published author of Manifest Her, Awakening the Power Within to Build Your God-Sized Vision, Kadira helps women break through limitations and create impactful, profitable businesses that reflect their true potential. I'm very excited to have them on. I'm going to have them basically condense this and tell you a little about it themselves. There they are. Good morning, ladies. How are you? Hi, are you with us? Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Doing great.
I love the bright colors. I'm joining you there. I love that. But I want to make sure before we get started, Kadira, that I am pronouncing your last name correctly. Is it Tiart?
Yes.
Okay, good. I was like, I cannot get this wrong. Well, first of all, thank you so much. Your backgrounds are impressive. And I know that I read this out, but I would love to get a little bit more feedback as to how you got involved in the health and wellness space, because it seems like you also both come from business background as well and brought that over to the Holistic Network, but also sort of implementing this love for health and wellness that you have.
I'll let Michelle go first.
I'll go first.
Okay.
So my background actually is in IT. I have a degree in IT, but I've always had a passion for health and wellness. And it might just be because I grew up in a Caribbean household where a lot of natural methods were used whenever anyone got sick. But as I got older, I got more into health and wellness, especially fitness. And 14 years ago, I lost my job. I was looking for something that could help me stay at home with my small kids, but also make an impact in my households, my financial income. And I partnered with a company that was able to educate people on the importance of eating more fruits and vegetables. So that was just so in alignment with who I am and helping people get healthier. So I've been helping people get healthier through fitness, the things I had learned from staying physically active. And then I moved over to nutrition and how people can improve their health through nutrition. And that was what I was doing for 14 years.
Wow.
And then down the line came the Holistic Business Network over 4 years ago where, the pandemic, there was so much happening, but there wasn't a lot of talk about natural health resources. And so I wanted to be that voice for people because I know I use a number of natural resources to just help me and my family stay healthy. So I started having these events that would really spotlight amazing health and wellness businesses that have an impact in the community and on people's health. So that is how that all started.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that. Kadira, okay, how did you join the fold?
Well, I've had my own health and wellness journey since I was younger, and I'll just give a snippet that when my parents took me to the gym for the first time when I was 14, back when there was a little place called Bally Scandinavian, that shows my age.
Yeah, I know Bally, so I'm sharing with you.
So I got on the treadmill for the first time and I was like, whoa, what is this? Little did I know it was endorphins and all of the things rushing through me. So I started really being engaged in health and wellness then. Fast forward to my dad passing away during the pandemic, I realized that he thought I was a genius and I was holding on to these insights that I had, and I wanted to help people understand how our body works. As adults, Kathy, sometimes we forget all of the different things that we learned about ourselves in school from how does our brain work to how does our heart work. And that's kind of why we mistreat the things, because we don't remember how they work. So I actually met Michelle almost 10 or 11 years ago when I was doing radio, and we reconnected. And some of the products that she uses actually helped my mom when my mom had her first stroke. So I was looking for health coaching. She was looking for business coaching. And then she wanted to birth these events. And through her wanting to birth these events and me coaching her and her coaching me throughout the years, we just have become a valuable partnership. Mm-hmm. And in the process of that, I started Feel Well magazine because I remembered that my dad believed in me so much, and I knew that there was information that I needed to get out to people. So that's how we have kind of just come together.
I love that. It was sort of a passion project that was motivated, I would honestly say, by your upbringings and just by your culture and history. I really do love that initiative. But for those people who are watching, and I think that this kind of goes for everyone, because sometimes we get bombarded with so many trends and fitness and health and what should we be eating, what kind of diet are we on, but really this is a holistic approach when we talk about holistic health. So for someone who doesn't know what holistic health means, how do you describe it to them?
Well, for me, I like to go back to the basics. I think holistic health goes back to a lot of the things that are available in nature, a lot of the things that we're looking at root cause of issues and focusing on those and approaching the whole body as a full system, and not just, oh, you might have an issue in one place and only looking to fix that, but also looking at the body as a whole and trying to recognize where those issues rooted from and getting to the root cause of those. And there's so many natural ways that you can do that. So for me, it's looking at the whole body and finding the natural resources that are available to us in nature that can help to resolve those issues.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better.
She took it from you right there. But also, I think the important thing is also reaching community. And a lot of time, especially, being Hispanic, myself, or being African American, it's almost the underserved community that doesn't have access to these resources or to this knowledge. So can you talk a little bit about how you get out there, how you educate, how you share these resources to the community?
We use our holistic health and wellness practitioners, business owners, influencers to get this message out there, because they are the ones who have the message. Right. They're the ones who have the expertise. We have this business marketing background, and Michelle is a health coach, a leading nutrition expert as well, but she is really a connector of people. So we bring our practitioners, our professionals, our leaders to the community to make sure that they're getting the education that they can trust, that is certified, and that can give them a full rounded approach to how to care for themselves.
Absolutely. And before we jump into South Florida Wellness Week, Katira, when someone picks up your magazine, or it's an online magazine, correct?
It's online and in print.
I love that. So when someone picks up the magazine, what are some of the things that they can find in the magazine? What do you really focus on when you say Feel Well magazine?
Well, first you might find Michelle, Kathy.
Yes. I would hope so.
Yeah. You might find Michelle in there writing an article, right. Some of the members of our network writing an article. But Kathy, let me tell you this. When I was postpartum, right, my youngest daughter is now 6 years old. And when she was about 3, she started asking questions. And Michelle was my health coach at that time. She started asking questions about, why do I need to eat healthy? What does my brain do? Like, how does this thing even work? I do not understand why I need to eat broccoli. And so I realized that us adults don't even remember. Furthermore, us business owners, leaders, and entrepreneurs also need to understand how the body, the mind, the soul, and the business come together, and how what we eat will fuel our drive, our passions, our missions. So in Feel Well magazine, We focus on the mind, the body, and the business for high achieving leaders who are responsible for the jobs in our communities, all of the things responsible for helping this world go around. We want to fuel them with the right information so they can keep trickling the information and the prosperity down to fuel the world. So that's what you'll find in Feel Well.
Absolutely. And listen, there's nothing will humble you quicker than a toddler asking you why they need to eat broccoli.
Yeah.
I have two, and we're still asking, and we're out of that toddler phase.
It never stops.
Right? But you know, it's true. So for you, Michelle, I mean, early on when we first started talking, you mentioned that you grew up in a Caribbean household, so there was a lot of natural, like herbs or things. You know, I understand what that means. I come from Hispanic, and we have our little concoctions that we do too. Tell me a little bit about some of that and how you incorporate that into your, let's say, working with patients or clients.
Well, I know growing up, if there was, my parents they brought Jamaica to Florida, right?
I love that.
Which is easy to do because we have the similar climate. So they grew so many things in our backyard. We had like sugar cane growing. We had trees like mango trees and different fruit trees. And then also a lot of herbs. So if there was an issue, if you had like a stomach ache, they went to the back, pulled some herbs and boiled them, and your stomach ache went away. So I just grew up knowing that there were things that you could just pick out of the ground and that could help to heal or to relieve whatever those issues were. So I've always had that mindset. And then I spent many summers in Jamaica. So I just know like how the medicine is everywhere. It's all around us, like nature's medicine. And so those were the things that I grew up on and saw. So it wasn't a hard shot for me to then progress into how food can help to heal, how relieving stress can help to heal, getting enough sleep, like all those things, those key things that are just here in the US seem like a luxury, but when you go elsewhere, that's the way of life. So slowing down and taking time and being in community, all those things are a way of life in other areas. And here we're so fast paced. So I love to just bring it back to what we're really made to do and how we're really made to live. And so those are the methodologies I incorporate and I love to share with people, slowing down, finding things that are natural resources versus, before you go turning to a medication, see if there's a natural resource first. So those are just things ingrained in me.
For both of you, do you feel there was a shift, or has there been, especially working together and having the magazine and having the business network, was there a shift mind, body, soul wise after COVID that things changed for you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I really focused on slowing down. So I have pretty much worked in between home and office spaces for the past 14 years. But during that time, I really said, okay, I want to slow down with this new little person that I had, because I also have an older one who's just turned 17. And so slowing down to answer her questions also gave me an opportunity to slow down and really look at the impact that I'm making in the world. And so I believe that if we are not making an impact on people and how they feel every day and how they want to live and what they believe is possible for their life, then I don't know what we or I are really doing. So it really just allowed me to really focus in and listen in and tune in to the needs of people and what they need to continue entrepreneuring, being a business owner, and being influential. So that's how it changed for me.
Yeah, that was good. For me, I know I had already been impacting people with their health for, the 10 years prior to the pandemic. But when the pandemic happened, it heightened how important it was for me to get the message out even more. And I realized I had already helped thousands of people with their health or through nutrition, but I realized I could help impact more people's health if I bring even more modalities of health together, and they're able to also impact the community in some way. And so that has been what kind of steered the wheel for me to turn to all these other resources that are available. And there's so many ways that you can be helped with your health. And so that was like the pivoting point with the pandemic for me.
And now we're at a point where we have South Florida Wellness Week, which I love that. I mean, that should be every week, right? South Florida Wellness Week. So what is that? What should people expect? How do you become part of it?
Ooh, we're so excited about South Florida Wellness Week. Okay, Quinera, you do this.
Okay. So South Florida Wellness Week is literally like you sitting by the beach and a rushing wave of wellness takes over your life to the point where you just can't do anything but live well, be well, feel well, and do business well.
Right.
So we are empowering business owners in the wellness space, practitioners, influencers, leaders, with the tools they need to really go out into the marketplace and really inspire the community with the tools and the resources that they need to live a whole, better, healthier life. So South Florida Wellness Week is comprised of 7 days. It starts out with a brunch for women, an elevated brunch for women, and then we will have pop-ups throughout the week, from networking events to social mixers to something for the community, and ending off the day with the first ever holistic influencer summit and gala. And we're most excited about this gala because we are going to be recognizing and awarding health and wellness professionals in the health and wellness industry. So we are super, super excited about that.
That's amazing. And this really just aligns well, like, with the broader wellness movement of the Holistic Business Network, correct?
Correct. Yes. And we're really all about elevating this message. And so this is just another way that we're helping to elevate the message of natural health and wellness and bringing the community in to learn what resources are available to them so they can show up at any of the pop-ups we're having around the Tri-County area. We're going to be in Palm Beach, Broward, and Miami, having these pop-ups so that the communities in every area can come and learn. So we're so excited to spread this message and just allow people in on all the good things that are available to them.
Okay, so when is this happening and how do people get tickets?
October 5th through the 11th. The tickets are going to be launching in the next couple of weeks. If you want to make sure that you get in on it before it's released to the public, you can hop over to southfloridawellnessweek.com. And you can also follow us on Instagram at South Florida Wellness Week. And stay in tune. But the tickets are going to be released in the next coming weeks.
So what is your big picture? What do you hope for with South Florida Wellness Week?
My hope is that the message of natural health and wellness is, elevated so much higher than it is now, that people can realize we're going back to nature, going back to what we did hundreds of years ago on how to get healthier, and that these resources are available, and not just here in the US, but all around the world. This message will be spread because we have members that are not only here in the US, but we have membership that is also in other countries. So it's exciting to spread this message around the world on how people can get healthy naturally and just feel better in all the things that they're doing.
Can you give us a little sneak peek as to like what to expect, or is anything you can share about an event or a speaker that's coming in October?
So we're not going to share the details on the speaker yet, but we are going to say that we have a really big lineup of like former athletes who are going to be coming and sharing their tips, their tools, their strategies, what is the latest and greatest hacks that are working for them, not only in wellness as performance athletes, but also in business, and how they have been able to transform the opportunity of being healthy into a business that is helping the community expand in their, health journey. So that's one little sneak peek we'll give.
Okay, bye. We'll take it. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us on the Health Channel. I can't wait to have you back, hopefully before your South Florida Wellness Week, so we can dive in a little more. And thank you for sharing again your holistic approach and your collaborative efforts to get us healthy and more knowledgeable as well. Thank you.
Well, thank
you so much, Kathy. We appreciate you.
Of course, appreciate you. Have a great one.
You too.